Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave. I'm so excited to share with you a project I just made, and I just had to film it and get it out so you can see it because I'm really excited about it. And I think you will be too. So this is the project that comes in this month's paper pumpkin kit, and I love it. It's super cute. I think it makes a great gift. In fact, I think I'm going to send this to my mom for Mother's Day. It's a perfect little treat. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's she lives in an apartment, and I know she can hang this on her door, so that's perfect. But I know not everybody seems to be super excited about this project. I think it's adorable. It was really easy to put together. I mean, it took me at most a half an hour, and I just loved how it turned out. But I thought I needed a card to go with this that I can send to her. So let me show you the card that I made. Are you ready? I mean, like, seriously, sit down, strap in. Are you prepared? Because here it is. Oh, I think this is so cute. It matches totally. And the best part is I used hardly anything that wasn't already in my kit, which I think is kind of cool. Just a couple things. So this card is very simple, and let me show you how I put it together. First of all, I'm going to start with a half a sheet of crumb cake cardstock. Okay, and if you have seen me do wreaths before, I've done several in the past, I always start with a circle as my guide. So I punched a 1 3/4 inch circle. In fact, 1 3/4 inches. And then what I'm going to do is trace around the circle so that I have my wreath form. I'm using a really light color pencil. You can see it's really light, so you don't have to worry about it showing up later. Okay, then I'm going to take parts of the kit to complete the rest of this. So in the kit, there's a whole bunch of these things that have adhesive on the back, and you wrap them around the wreath. But what I'm going to do instead is take my scissors, if I can find them. Oh dear. Oh, here they are. Hold on. I'm going to take my scissors and just chop them off at the base. Now I'm going to save this green strip. It's got adhesive on the back of it, and I'm sure I can find something awesome to do with it. I just don't know quite yet what that will be. But after I trim each of these off, I'm going to have all these nice little leaves. And of course, that is what I will use to create my wreath. I found I needed about 1.5. Oh my gosh, did you hear that? About. I'm not Canadian. And then I'm going to save this because, like I said, I'm sure there's something awesome I can figure out to do with these green strips with adhesive on the back. So anyway, I've got those. So I have these. Now there are a few of them that are really long. They're really tall, I guess, whatever. And those ones I'm going to trim slightly so that they fit better on my wreath. And you'll see what I mean coming up in just a second. Okay, so then I've got a few more from my kit left, or from this one that I made. Now the other thing I need is some adhesive to go around my circle. So I'm going to take my fast fuse because it's really good and sticky, and I'm just going to kind of trace the wreath with my fast fuse. If you need to break it off and start again, I gotta scooch this over a little bit. That's great. Just make sure you've got a nice layer on there. I'm filling in just a little bit. Okay, so I've got fast fuse on there, and then I'm just going to take my leaves, and like I said, those long ones I'm just going to trim a little bit off of and just start going around. Now I curled mine a little bit because you know how I don't like flat cards ever. And what I found worked the best is if you alternate the skinny ones and the fatter ones so that you get a nice kind of well-represented wreath going. So just alternate the sizes. I'm going to stop talking so I can speed this up and you won't hear cartoon sounds, but you can watch me put the rest of this together. Okay, so you can see how I filled the wreath in. Again, if you need to add a little more adhesive to the individual leaves or kind of alter them, that is just fine. Let me show you how I put the branches together. So I'm going to use my bird builder punch. Is what the big branch piece was die cut on for my wreath. So I'm just going to use some of that to cut my... Now I'm going to take and alter these ever so slightly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the leaves a little bit less leafy and a little more branchy by just trimming them to be a little skinnier. I'm not doing anything major to them, just like I said, trimming them so they're kind of more branchy. So I'm going to snip off a little bit of this because I don't need the whole double length to make my branch. So I flipped one over so that they're kind of opposite one another, and I think I'll cut just the end of the curve off of that one. Okay, so I want it to fit across my wreath, so I'm just going to make sure that that's the right size, and it is. And then I will put a little, put a little bit of adhesive. Oops, I got rid of that. I'll put a little bit of adhesive to hold these two together, and then like I said, again, I'm verifying the width of it. Looks good. Now, if these aren't perfect, you can trim them a little bit. Plus, you're going to put some ribbon over the top, so it's okay. So I'm just going to take one and set it on the edge of my branch. And then when I peel the backing off, I can kind of fold this up on itself so that it doesn't stick out. Oh, and I just ripped it right off. Figures. Because it's so sticky, it stuck to my finger. It should stick to the paper like that. Okay, so I might have ruined that one. Oh well, I'll do another. And then this will adhere to the wreath great. So that's awesome. Okay. So I'll just stick that on here like so. And again, if this doesn't look perfect, it's okay because we're going to cover it with some ribbon, so it'll be fine. Now, for the flowers, this is going to be really easy too. The flowers came on this really, I don't know if this is tissue paper or what, but I'm just going to rip this a little and show you what I did. So there's like 5 or 6 sheets of this. And what I did was take my itty bitty accent flower punch and I just punched through the whole thing. And if you don't line it up completely perfectly, that's okay because you're going to fold these up anyway, so you won't see it if you kind of run into the edge. I'm going to fold this kind of in half and then in half again, so I just have like a quarter of the leaf, or of the flower. Then I will use one of the glue dots to adhere it to my branch, like so. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of those and I'll be right back. Okay, so you can see I finished up my flowers and the branch. And then what I'm going to do is take a little of my crochet trim, which got away from me here just a bit. I'm just going to tie a bow with this. And whenever I'm using the crochet trim, I think it's pretty if the ruffles are on the bottom. So I kind of manipulate the ribbon a bit so that it will be like that when I tie my bow, and then I just kind of play back and forth with the right size. It's a little bit big, so I'm going to shorten that just a teensy bit. Also, I tie, you see I can tie right off the roll, and that prevents me from wasting lots of ribbon, which I hate to waste ribbon, especially the spendier ones. Look how cute that is! Oh my gosh. Now, one thing I noticed in here is we had this cute little plaque hanging down, and I didn't do that on this one. But what if we tried that? So one of the things that comes in the kit are these little black chalkboardy looking pieces. They're just a nice heavyweight black cardstock. So I used this piece to do the happy spring in there. But what if we took this one out? And the stamp set that we got for free in this month's paper pumpkin kit, which it was to celebrate our 1,000,000th kit that we've mailed. So here it is. How flippin' adorable is that? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to play with this. I can't even stand it. But this is what the set looks like. So I'm going to use one of the images from it that says Happy Place, because I thought that might fit nicely on this little black piece. So let's see how that turns out. I'm going to ink it up with the vanilla ink that came in my kit. And I will stamp it at the bottom here. And I didn't do a super good job of stamping, but we'll see. I'm going to cut that as straight as I can. There, that fits. So I can maybe pop that up or dangle that in so that it looks the same. Otherwise, you can see I stamped Happy Mother's Day on here. That's the set that comes with the kit, that matches the kit. Here are the images. This is what they look like. I have my stamps mounted already. So there's a little flower image, and then Happy Mother's Day, Happy Spring, and to the loveliest person I know, which is great for the inside of your cards. Anyway, I hope you loved how awesome these projects are. Even if you are not a super fan of this, I think it's nice that Stampin' Up! Changes things up. We make cards all the time. It's kind of nice to have something a little different. So take a second look at it if you weren't super thrilled at the beginning. I think it's adorable. I think it makes a fantastic gift. It would also be an adorable thing to dress up your cube at work, or just to hang somewhere in a little spot, or even, you know, give as a gift. I think it's a great little project, and I just love how super cute the card is that coordinates with it. And the nice thing is, look at, these are all the pieces I have left over, so I can make several of these. I have plenty of supplies left, which is awesome. And I will get back to you on these strips of adhesive. We'll see what I can figure out with that. Thanks so much for stamping with me, guys. Have a great day. Bye.